So today I watched Jack Frost, and not the Michael Keaton Jack Frost from 1998, the 1997 Jack Frost, which is a horror slasher movie. And I've really wanted to see this for a while, and I thought that this one looked really fun and really entertaining, just by like word of mouth, like hearing about this movie. I thought it sounded pretty fun. And I liked how it opened up. I liked how we had these cool opening credits where like this guy is telling this little girl like Jack Frost is a killer. He's coming to get you, and like the girl's like don't say that, and then she just starts crying. But her voice is really high pitched and really weird. But I really like how the opening credits is literally like centered on like a tree with ornaments, and the ornaments all say the credits of the filmmakers on it. That's really cool. That's something I thought was a really important thing to know, because I just thought that was a really cool opening and really cool. They did it like how they've done it in other Christmas specials where like you've got the ornaments and they've got names on them of like the filmmakers involved, and I thought that they did a cool job doing it in this horror movie. Like I thought that was cool. It was kind of like a spoof of like those classic like kids Christmas specials where like they have those credits. I thought that was awesome. And I love the fact that it's about this killer named Jack Frost. Literally, his name is Jack fucking Frost. Like, that just is ridiculous. But I thought that was hilarious. And the guy who plays human Jack Frost is creepy as shit. Like, this guy is legitimately... Like, he's not on screen for long because obviously he dies and becomes Jack Frost. Or becomes a snowman Jack Frost. But... he is legitimately terrifying. Like watching this guy like for a couple minutes of the movie. He's only in a couple minutes of it, but he makes such an impression. He's so good. That guy who played him, who voiced him and played him, he's really really good. And I thought it was hilarious that he dies and gets sprayed with acid before saying this is gonna hurt, and then becomes a literal snowman. But they should have never let Jack Frost go anywhere near snow. His name predates his destiny. Like, he was gonna become evil Jack Frost. Or, I mean, like, an evil snowman Jack Frost. It predated his fate with his name. Just, it's so silly, but it's fun. It's a ridiculous amount of fun in this movie. And I want to bring up the point that this feels like a Chucky ripoff, or a Freddy ripoff, in a way. Like, it has all those self-aware jokes where, like, Jack Frost will kill somebody, but in a silly way and say a silly line, where it just felt very much like those. And the guy who plays Jack Frost, his voice reminded me of Brad Dourif sometimes. Whenever he was screaming, like, that reminded me of Brad Dourif a lot. And also, it's about a kid... I mean, it's kind of about a kid. This kid's barely in the movie, but there's a kid in the movie that, like, at the beginning, like, Jack Frost kills somebody with the sled and, like, nobody believes him. So it's kind of like Chucky, too. Like, nobody believes Andy whenever Chucky kills the first person, so... But it doesn't stay that route. It goes away from the little kid. The little kid's, like, at the beginning of the movie, and then at the end of the movie, he just appears again, but I thought that was funny. And also, funny enough, I thought it was hilarious that... pre-American Pie, Shannon Elizabeth is in this movie, and I don't know if she was in anything before this movie, but it's funny to see her before American Pie, the movie that I think made her a household name, like, in terms of, like, actresses. Like, I don't think I've seen her in anything before this movie, so I thought that was funny. She's in this, and she has a hilarious death. Oh, spoiler, she dies, but it has a hilarious death, where Jack Frost literally, like, she's in a bathtub, and then the bathtub becomes ice, like, and she screams and flails, and I laughed out loud because it's so funny. And then Jack Frost melds himself to where he's in the position of having sex with her and bangs her against the wall. And he says at the end, whenever he kills her, "Christmas came early this year." And it's just so ridiculous that it's so funny, because it's just so outrageous that you know it's obviously going to say a stupid joke like that. But that cracked me up, and how ridiculous that death was. And the kills are funny too. Like a person getting their head slammed into Christmas ornaments, or like this guy getting the end of an axe through his mouth. Like, not the axe end, but the bottom part of the axe that you're holding through his mouth. So like it's just slammed in his mouth. I thought that was pretty funny. And it has a lot of like humorous jokes like that, and I really liked, like, these characters are nothing to like they're not amazing characters, but they were fun, they were interesting, and I thought that they all had different personalities to them that I thought that they made this movie fun. But overall, in terms of like cheesy, goofy fun, this is kind of average for me. Like, it's an average, goofy movie. Like, it's not like genuinely like I laughed out loud the whole movie. I thought that there were scenes where I laughed, and then there were scenes where I was like, oh, okay, that's just kind of felt like a big rip off of like Chucky or Freddy in a way where it didn't stay like I didn't think it was as funny as, say, those two. But overall, this one had a good amount of hits and a couple misses, so it's not like it's a bad movie. Like, it's a fun, serviceable, silly Jack Frost movie, and I did enjoy this one for the most part. It just was kind of dragged a little bit, but I kind of expected that. Like, this, now watching it, I kind of expected that and realized, oh, this isn't all going to be like the funniest thing ever. It's just going to be silly. And it was, and it had a lot of funny moments, but it had a lot of okay, just moments that were just kind of boring. So it's a weird, mixed bag overall. So I really thought this was just an okay, goofy movie. So I did enjoy it for the most part. It wasn't like my favorite silly movie ever, but like I thought it was a fun, entertainingly enjoyable horror movie. So, or horror comedy. So, what do you guys think of Jack Frost, 1997 Jack Frost? And thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me down below what you think of Jack Frost, and thanks again for watching.